Hello, people. Understanding is everything. And I know y'all probably get tired of hearing me say that. But I say it because when you don't have a full understanding and you start to make a decision, you're making a less than informed decision, right? And a half of a lie or half of a truth is a whole lie. And when you get bits and pieces and you're not able to put it together because you're trying to be the first or you're trying to say something or speak on something that you don't know, you really don't do yourself a service. You really do yourself a disservice. And now you may have used your influence and your voice to speak to something and you didn't have all the facts. Boy, now let me tell you, like I told you guys, I have never been short of a voice and never been short of an opinion. But thank you, Mom and Daddy. Thank you, Clarence and Carolyn, for always making me be responsible with that voice. I talked to you. I did a video about saying never and always. And they were just always good at making us be accountable. Accountable for what we say and what we do. And my dad would ask me all the time, now, is that your opinion or did somebody help you with that opinion? Where did you get that from? Why do you tell me why you feel so strongly about it? And I had to be able to explain it and to be able to explain it from a standpoint of how I felt, because he wanted to make sure that that I could be influenced, but that I understood what I was saying, that I understood every aspect. And baby, could he play devil's advocate, which is good. Because as we've been talking about voice, remember, voice stands for victoriously outspoken, initiating corrective environments. So when I did a video and I talked about the entire Diddy thing, I didn't talk about it in its entirety because number one, it's hard. It is hard for me to deal with. It's hard to hear. It's just hard. And not because, I feel bad for one person. But there's no winner involved here, period. And most importantly, I think about the kids. But remember, we want to initiate corrective environments. Clearly, there are problems here in the world. There are problems in music. We found out, before that we had the Me Too movement in Hollywood. Money, power, and sex are a triple threat of a combination that change people in a crazy way. And there are those of us, I can honestly tell you that there are times when I have felt overly confident and shouldn't have, and I don't even have close to. I can't even fathom the amount of money. I definitely can't fathom the power that these people had. And I felt like untouchable, or you can't tell me anything. So when I compare my little bitty moments to their big moments and big influence, I think, oh my gosh, before I decide that it can, I don't know, it's scary. Because I wonder I'm always thinking about where was the line? How did they know that they were crossing over? Did they know that they were getting in too deep and that the power had gone too far? Did they ever reevaluate? Did they ever think about how they made somebody feel? I have so many questions. So when it comes to using our voice and when it comes to speaking and your influence, because you don't know who you have influence over, right? You don't know who's listening to you, and you've built a name or built something for them, and then all of a sudden in one failed moment you say something irresponsible and it's gone. Reputations take a lifetime to build and 2 seconds to destroy. So before you decide you need to be the first and you need to get out and you need to bash, and I am so tired. If you're not a psychologist, if you've never ever been in an abusive relationship, if you've never ever done something stupid for somebody you love, if you've never, been in a bad relationship, broke up with somebody and went back to them, or somebody broke up with you and you took something, if you've never experienced any of that, don't feel like you have to speak on it, because there are some things you have to actually have a little bit of knowledge or experience before you can talk about it. It's just like a single person trying to give married advice. Sounds good. And you might say, I dated somebody for 10 years. And any of us that are married will tell you dating does not equal marriage. In that covenant, once you say I do, once you cross that boundary, there are things you will say, do, tolerate, hide, whatever, that you never ever thought you would. It's different. And I don't know any other way to explain it, because before I was married, I had some of the same ideas that single people talk about now. And I'm like, that's not even how this works. It's a lot. So just be careful. Just, resist the urge to be first. There are so many people out here that want to make a dollar. They don't care. They'll make a dollar on people's pain, and they'll lead people astray. It's just not worth it. And I think a lot of you feel that way. So when you're gaining your voice, when you're speaking, speak responsibly. We all have to have areas and places where we vent. Make sure you vent in a safe place. Somebody who's not going to go back and say anything, or somebody who can handle it. And then if you're unsure, ask them, now, wait a minute, have I offended you? I'm not trying to sway you. I'm just telling you how I feel. I don't want you to feel judged. I don't want you to change your opinion. We can be friends, but we do not have to think the same. You can have independent thoughts. Just be responsible. Because out of all of this, that's what wasn't happening. Nobody was being responsible for other people and for themselves. And I'm telling you, it is so easy to lose yourself. That's why I've been talking and doing the little segment about ladies love and loving yourself, because it's easier said than done. And because this world and in this climate, we put more emphasis on how we look than how we feel. We would rather look like $1 million than feel like a rose. And that's wrong. It's about how you feel first, because if you feel it, it'll come out no matter what you have on. If you're just fixing it up, if you're using 99-cent makeup from the dollar store, if you feel good, the beauty within you will radiate, sisters, and there'll be nothing. It doesn't matter how much the makeup is, because you'll feel it from the inside out. Just make sure that you're responsible with your voice. Don't tear people down. You don't have to knock people over. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to have all the answers. And you don't have to be okay. We just have to be willing to show up for each other and give people grace. It's been your girl, Candid with Kim, telling you to use that voice wisely. Bye-bye.